Hello, it's Andy. That's Andee. And you don't have to be great to start, but you have to start to be great. So let's get started. I'm writing a book. So much more on that later. It's a work in progress. But I have a section in the book about healthcare, being a Black natural and trying to secure healthcare. There was a situation where I had to go have surgery. I've had far too many surgeries, but I had to go have surgery, and I knew I was going to need to, as I call it, put my hair away. So I brought a clean scarf, so I could wrap my hair up. But the hospital insisted that I wear a blue paper bonnet. So here's an example of the size of this bonnet, okay? So this is as good as it got. Now I grew out of any normal size, standard size, anything when it comes to my hair a long time ago. But they were insistent upon it. I thought about, as I was writing my book, this healthcare section, there was a article that I came across about a hospital in Idaho. And the hospital had surveyed its past patients and asked, like, hey, what could we do better? And a Black woman responded, y'all could get me a comb that goes through my hair. And I thought, wow, that is amazing that, this hospital is providing kind of as a standard, as a default, personal care products for its patients. But this Black woman couldn't even get a comb for her hair because her hair was not a European standard type of hair. Then it got me thinking about shelters. Shelters also are supposed to serve the community just like hospitals do. So I went onto the website of a nonprofit in Oregon where I live. I found a nonprofit called Rosehaven, and in their demographic information, it was clear that they are serving, I think it was like 30% people of color and Black people specifically. So I was like, I feel like this is the spot. Like, I would like to buy products for Black hair, and it doesn't need to be natural hair. It could be relaxed, it could be locks, it could be braids, but buy products for Black people and donate them. Like, rather than donating something generic, I wanted to donate something specific to a group of people who just need to be cared for and catered to in some way, especially considering they're in a situation where they're reliant on other people to see them, basically. So I wanted to help share not only my story in a hope that you would also do the same, a bit of a challenge, like maybe you could also donate in your local community, but also just some of the things that I realized along the way that might be helpful for you if you decide to accept this challenge. So the first thing really is set a budget. That's number one. Set a budget. I personally set a budget of $200, but when I got to the store, I ended up purchasing $150 worth of items. I spent a lot of time shopping, and eventually I was like, girl, this is your first time doing it. Do $150, it'll be fine. You'll be able to do this again. So set a budget is the first thing to do. The second thing is find a place to buy the products. So step number 2 is find a store. Granted, I did not go to Ulta. I did not go to Sephora. I did not go to Sally Beauty. I actually went to a place that provides products, good products, but at very cost-effective pricing. I did that because I wanted to maximize how far my budget would go and get as many products as I could for the amount of money I was going to spend. I personally talked to the retailer, the owner of the store, and asked if she would be willing to negotiate, considering I was buying these products to donate. So instead of buying like one or two, there were like oil packets in the store. So instead of buying one or two of the oil packets, I bought the whole box. And in buying the whole box, I was able to negotiate for 10% off. It's not remarkable, but it let my money go much further than it would have otherwise. Step number 3. So step number 3 is buy smaller sizes. And I know that that's counterintuitive because like when I go buy products, I want to get as much products as I can for the money. And like if it's in a big like vat, then that's awesome. But considering the end recipient, that person might be on the move. They might be moving a lot. They might be going from place to place. So it's better if you can buy travel size and sample size, little in packets, smaller jars, because it's just easier and more easier to pack and move around with it. So that would be my advice. Step number 3 is to buy smaller sizes. Step number 4, remember product diversity. So I've been a Black natural for a couple decades now. I have thick Afro-textured hair, but we are not a monolith, of course. There's people who have weaves and relaxers, locks and braids, and different people need different products. So, think about that when you're making your purchase. Do what you want. Maybe you just want to get products for locks or just products for a weave. Do what you want. But if you want to be thinking about other ways to approach it, that's something to consider. Buy for the gamut, men, women, children. For instance, I bought hair pomade that men typically use to make waves in their hair. Or I also bought like beeswax if there was someone who was doing some sort of twist out or something. I don't know, just options, basically. Edge control, that type of thing. I bought, as you hear me tell you, I tried to buy quintessential, like Black products. Like I didn't buy shampoo, I didn't buy conditioner, because I'm like, anyone can use shampoo and conditioner. I want the stuff I buy to go to Black people. So hair grease, yes, that's gonna end up in the hands of a Black person. Edge control, the pomade, that kind of thing. So just think about that, perhaps keep that in mind as you're shopping around. So step 5, buy hair tools. Like you might want to concentrate on products, cool. You're doing a thing, that is awesome. But if you want to mix it up, you can also buy hair tools. So I bought maintenance items like silk scarves and silk bonnets. I bought do-rags as well. I bought actual tools, so picks, rat tail combs, boar bristle brushes. I bought all of those things because those are things that you need. Those are your tools for doing your hair. And there's probably lots of other options and items, but those are the things that I ended up buying. And then you got to do the thing, right? Step 6 is donate. So hopefully you've identified a shelter that is actually going to serve the population that you're purchasing for. So I grabbed my 2 bags of products and I went to Rose Haven. They had you can just kind of walk up and give your donation. And I told her, I was like, look, these are Black hair care products. And she was so excited. She said, yeah, we really need these products. She put them right by the stairs and called someone to come and get them straight away, because I think there was just an incredible need for those products. So, I mean, that made me feel good that they were being put to use straight away, that they weren't going to be pushed to the back. But don't you dare leave until you get a receipt. So you need a receipt from the nonprofit to take you to the next step. The next step, step number 7, is claim it on your taxes. This way, it's a win-win, right? It's a win for the people who you have purchased the products for. And it's also a win for you because you can claim it on your taxes and get a deduction for it. So you have your product receipt. You also have your receipt from the nonprofit. Put those together and keep it somewhere safe until the next time that you need to do your taxes, and then you can claim a deduction on your taxes. So really the last thing is recognize it's your turn. Like if you have a budget that you can go out and purchase some items for members of the Black community that are need a little help, need a little support, I would hope that you do that. This is not supposed to be a rah-rah Andy, this is what I did, I'm so cool. It's really trying to make a suggestion that we take care of our community, because really no one else will, and not in the way that we know we need to be taken care of. So step 6, it's your turn. This is Andee, that's Andee, and no matter what you do, keep it simple.